So yeah, this gonna be a shoulder focused workout at my house specifically, all under the subject of stacking gains and kind of what that means in my situation as of right now. My goal as far as lifting, going to the gym, everything kind of fitness wise, essentially is to get stronger, get bigger, look better, and also long term, just longevity. One of the ways I do that is by stacking my gains, and what that means to me personally is optimizing my time. Everything that you do fitness wise don't have to be in some type of fitness establishment. There's plenty of opportunities in everyone's day to lose weight, get stronger, make a specific part of your body look better, whatever it is. And for me, that's kind of taking out, minusing from my schedule, doing bicep curls in a gym. Why? Because I got a bar here, I can stack some weight on it and do unlimited bicep curls here in my own house. So why would I be in the gym doing some bicep curls? And that's just my personal example, and that's what I mean by stacking gains. So if I was gonna go to the gym for an hour, 15 of those minutes don't have to be at the dumbbell location. Those 15 minutes can probably go to being on the ab machine, something I can't do at my house. I don't have an ab machine at my house. But you know what I'm saying, right? So those 15 minutes that I'm doing, those 5 minutes that I'm at the house in my comfort zone, I'm doing unlimited bicep curls. But those 15 minutes that I'm gonna be at the gym, they can be done to do something else. So it's like stacking my gains. I'm just getting stronger, optimizing that schedule, making it more efficient and productive. Yeah, so at the end of the day, I want my shoulders to get bigger. And that's one of the reasons why I'm doing these at-home workouts. Also to stack my gains, to like, okay, not do as many, not to make it mandatory for me to do so many workouts at the gym. If I got the ability to do something at the house, I want to go there and do the things that I can't do at home, as opposed to just wasting a lot of time in there. But also too, another thing a lot of people don't talk about is the shoulders being a very stubborn muscle to grow. And I think it's one of those reasons is because people are scared to push their shoulders to a limit or go into failure. So they're like scared to do certain weights and scared to do the exercise in general because it's like the stigma of getting injured. But as far as with getting injured with your shoulder, I think that's because people are coming into the fitness world or just trying new things that they see everywhere and trying to apply certain things like full range of motion to your shoulder workouts. I don't understand what reason you're gonna need to do full range of motion for shoulder workouts. Essentially, in my mind, when I'm doing shoulder workouts, I'm just trying to apply constant tension. When I was doing my overhead press, you can go back and look at it. As far as I can remember, for the most part, my shoulder, my arm angle was probably less than a 90-degree angle. Why? Because that's comfortable. Yeah, I probably can get it to go lower. But once I do that, it feel like you can even probably see it once you put your arm down at an angle like you're holding a bar. and you just putting it down to the lowest point that you can, it's like an indent that goes there. I don't think that's not, yeah, it can be comfortable for people, but like, that's like full range of motion in your shoulders, and you don't need to be doing full range of motions in your shoulders. It's no point. You want maximum growth, and you're gonna still get that flexibility out of it. Just not in this particular workout, because you're working out a specific muscle, your lateral delts, your shoulder area. So, that's probably why the shoulder is a stubborn muscle, because people are scared, basically, because of what they hear. And applying true terms to the wrong area. Full range of motion, your squats, and even that too, like, it's still kind of a questionable thing. Like, some people full range of motion isn't comfortable. Some people full range of motion is comfortable. So I would just prefer a comfortable range of motion, with like the vision of having a longer range of motion in the future. So I guess point, be mindful of doing full ranges of motion in every workout, especially shoulder. Overhead press, let's just put it there. Overhead press, full range of motion, not recommended. And with everything in fitness, it all depends. It all depends. But essentially, it's just a mindset thing. You got to understand where that might apply to. I think a lot of people come from decent places when they're giving you advice in the fitness area. But you got to kind of be a little bit realistic. Make it make sense in your head. How does that make sense? Full range of motion with shoulders. But and some examples of stacking your gains, or like things that you can refer to that as, are some ways that most people can stack their gains. Right? Better put. Push-ups. Bro, you want to get bigger? You want to look bigger? Push-ups. Do some push-ups. Bro, you want to look? You want your butt to stick out a little bit more? Pop squats. These things that can be done anywhere. Everywhere. Stacking my gains, another way I do that. Sometimes I do bicep curls with my daughter. With my son, I mean. I'm just curling him. My daughter, I'm over here doing squats with her. Why not? I'm playing a game. I done died. Let me just go ahead and bust out 30 slow push-ups. Oh, let me just go ahead and hit some dips. I done did push-ups. Let me do some dips now. So just stacking your gains, doing stuff rationally, stuff that's logical, is gonna get you to your goals. Fitness-wise. And this is not a if. And I know for some people it's like, oh, this is obvious. Maybe for some people it's obvious, but for other people it's not. And it takes actual learned experience. You have to live through it to learn it. But you're gonna see the gains. I was a little bit bigger, and one note that I take from being a little bit bigger, so I was 215. I think it's like the highest I ever scaled myself at. I'm 204 in this video. The one thing I take from being bigger is that I was doing more things. I was doing things. Push-ups. Regularly. And bicep curls regularly. Things I can do here. I think one thing that scared me away from that is just this whole injury thing. People talking about getting hurt. I'm just seeing more content about people getting hurt and different injuries. Kind of scare you away from stuff. But you just gotta, at some point, I'm gonna give you some hope. At some point, you're gonna have a good idea of how you should be working out and how your routine should be. You just gotta live through it. You don't look back at the old stuff that you did and like, damn, that was stupid. But now you know what's not stupid. Alright, you look goofy. But now you know what's not goofy, but you just gotta live through it. Everybody is doing the same things. Making the same mistakes, fitness-wise. Leaving the same gains off the table at some point, and they realize, okay, I need to do this to get this. It's all an experiment. Everybody's different. But consistency is key. You're gonna see your results. It's just all about how much you're gonna put into getting those results. And you're gonna see the results from me. I'm gonna be consistent. So you following, liking, and subscribing, whatever it may be, you're gonna see it. It's not an if.